Josh and I would go to Blockbuster. And
well, you had Blockbuster, I had the corner.
Okay, either way.
Okay, no. Let me explain that.
Welcome back to the PTO Unlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 84.
You seem winded.
It's been a challenging day
Yeah.
for all of us.
Well, you've had a challenging day. Brett's had a challenging day. It's just been shitty.
You're just
challenging
sitting
night.
over there,
I'm just chilling.
all happy pants.
Not really a challenging day for me. It was a challenging evening.
Oh, yeah.
It was a real shitty day.
It was. Like, just absolute... The weather, Alex has had one thing after another piss her off. It's just been
It's been
terrible.
a really bad day, but you know what? We're on the podcast now, so
Let's make it better.
this will make it better.
Um,
Group therapy.
So, since this is episode 84,
I have something for 84.
I do too, but I want to hear yours first.
84 is the number Randy Moss wore in Minnesota.
I thought it was 87.
84.
Okay.
And he was real good.
He was, and then he went to the Patriots, and he was pretty good with Tom Brady.
Actually, before he went to the Patriots, he went to the Raiders, and he was not so good.
I didn't know. Oh, yeah, I do remember. He went there for a year, right? 2 seasons.
It was more than one. I don't know how many total, but he was nothing like he was in Minnesota with Dante Culpepper.
Yeah.
And then he went to Oakland, and then he went to New England and had a blowout year, where that's the year they went 16-0, and he just caught bomb after bomb from Tom Brady.
He was good. He was a good wide receiver. But for my number 84, there is a town in Pennsylvania called 84. Spelled
Weird.
out.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It has 657 residents.
Oh, damn.
It's real small.
No, I was going to say, I was like, that sucks. It should only have 84 residents.
It's so interesting. If there is anybody out there who lives in 84, Pennsylvania, I will send you a T-shirt.
How do they prove it?
Driver's license.
Okay.
Photo of it.
What if they Photoshop it?
Can you fool a Photoshopper?
It's really difficult because for me, myself, I can spot a lot of errors.
That's true.
Not only in my own work, but other people's work as well.
Well, I know people can do it because I've seen things that it probably is notable. I should have noticed, but I just never think that somebody's Photoshopping something.
Can you give an example?
No.
Do you not want to?
No, I really can't.
Okay,
but,
because there's a lot of things out there.
There was a thing at work today where it was a ridiculous photo, and someone actually said, "Hey, that's Photoshopped." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I mean, I can see that it is. It's just it's never my first thought when looking at a photo is this Photoshopped when it probably should be.
There's some interesting things talking about Photoshop there. You ever heard of the meme Disaster Girl?
No.
Okay, it sounds worse than it is.
Is that the little girl running away from
That's
things
Bubble
that are...
Girl.
Oh, it's Bubble Girl?
That's the funniest thing. That's the funniest one. She
she's
looks
like-
like she's like running away.
Yeah.
But no, Disaster Girl is a girl kind of smirking at the camera, and right behind her is a house on fire. Kind of like she's...
Oh, the little girl that... Yeah, okay,
It
that's
looks
right.
Photoshopped, but it's not. Like, she's literally sitting there smirking like, sup, I did this.
Yeah, that's right. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of memes out there about that, but it looks Photoshopped because she's like clearly not in trauma, and there's a house on fire behind her.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Maybe it wasn't her house.
Maybe. I don't know the logistics of that meme, but 84 Pennsylvania is 25 miles southwest of Pittsburgh, so it's within the metropolitan area.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just the dumbest thing ever. I'm looking at it, it's like, really? And it's in Washington County. It used to be called there's a name, origin of name, there it was. It used to be called Smithville, but due to postal confusion, they had to change it to 84, and they changed it on July 28th, 1884. How original.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Yeah, so a little fun fact of the day. You can go tell your friends.
Hey, did you know there's a town called 84?
Yeah, speaking of 84, this is episode 84. Let's get it going. We got
I think
some
it's
things.
already...
I'll talk about
Going.
my trip home.
When was this?
This was last week after we recorded.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't remember you met. Oh, nope, don't remember.
You remember.
I remember you saying that you were stuck in traffic, but you never said
Oh, there's an
why.
accident. That's
okay,
right.
So I take a highway home,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and it's several miles south of Fort Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's late because
Yeah, it was like 10:30.
I got out of here later. I don't remember why, but I'm driving and, going 70, 75, whatever it is. And everybody starts slowing down real slow
Yeah.
to a complete stop.
Okay.
And I'm like, what the hell is this?
Is it still down to one lane on?
It's 4 lanes.
Well, yeah, but they had construction on there, didn't they?
Well, not where I was.
Okay.
Most of the construction is cleared up.
Okay.
So now it was 2 lanes,
Yeah.
southbound,
Okay.
and we're all sitting there. So I'm like, what's going on here? And I can't see ahead because I'm behind a semi, actually.
Oh, of course.
So I'm like, damn it. And so I put it in park and I wait. And then maybe 20 minutes later, I'm looking on the local news Twitter, on Facebook, on the news website, what's going on, you know? So sit and wait. And then going northbound, I'm in the right lane, going northbound on the left shoulder on my side.
Mm-hmm.
Now the north and southbound are separated by grass. It's not a median. It's not all connected.
Okay.
There's a ditch or whatever.
Yeah.
So going north on the left shoulder on the southbound side is a deputy SUV and 2 fire trucks.
Ooh.
Okay.
Going the other way.
All right.
Going away from you?
They're passing
they're
me.
passing him.
Okay.
So I'm facing south. They're traveling north.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, well, what's going on ahead if you guys are going that
I
way?
think you guys need to go that way.
You're going the wrong way.
So we wait some more. And on the right shoulder, a big tow truck, like the semi tow trucks, the ones that actually pull broken down semis.
Mhm.
It goes driving by. And then I think another one went driving by.
Oh my God.
And then a flatbed truck drives by. But they're all separated by several minutes at a time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I fell asleep in my car.
Was it in drive or did you put it in
I
park?
put it in park.
Okay.
Oh, okay, good.
I wake up at 12:40. And
2
Dude,
hours?
Are you kidding me?
No.
2 hours?
We all were sitting there. And that's not even the worst part. So,
Oh my God.
Wait, you're telling me that you fell asleep in the line of cars for 2 hours?
and
We could have brought you like a cheeseburger or something.
Still hadn't moved. You wouldn't have been able to get to me.
Oh my
Because
God.
I don't remember how many miles it was past where 69 meets with 469.
Yeah.
There's no ramp between there.
Okay.
So I don't know how far back the traffic was backed up.
Okay.
Holy.
So
Now
did you when did you finally get out of traffic
Well, I'll
then?
get to that in a minute.
Oh my God.
I don't know how far the traffic was backed up, and it wasn't like rush hour, but
Right.
for 11 o'clock at night, there was quite a few of us lined up.
Yeah.
So we don't move until 10 after 1.
Oh my God.
And so I'm like, what
I
is-
feel really bad for
I'm
you.
like, obviously something happened or we wouldn't be sitting here.
Yeah.
But I can't believe they can't even let one lane go.
Right.
And the worst part is I got to work at 8 o'clock the next
That's what I
morning.
thought.
Yeah.
So we finally get going and get up, and it's only like 2 cars in front of me. There is a semi and a semi-trailer hooked up to one of those tow trucks
Mm-hmm.
on the right shoulder in the southbound lane facing north.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, well, that's weird. And there's nothing else.
Hmm.
So they must have cleaned up the majority of it before they let any traffic go through.
That makes sense.
Now, the semi is missing the entire front end except for the engine.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
wow.
So
Something happened.
something happened. I couldn't quite tell if it had caught fire
Okay.
or what, but it was just gone.
Did you look it up the next day? See if
Yeah,
there's anything?
nothing. There was nothing.
Nothing. for traffic to be back up right outside of Fort Wayne, you think that they would have for
I know,
3 hours.
I know, but there's accidents on that highway all the time.
I'm guessing because it was after 10 p.m., most of the daily traffic is done, even though there was lots of us stuck. But, it sucked. I wanted to go home. I mean, luckily I did. If I did stop and get some food, had I not, I may have missed it.
Oh my God.
Or been involved.
Yeah, that could have been real bad because I'm guessing they got the flatbed to haul up a car. Obviously, they're not going to haul a semi onto a flatbed, but they would have hauled a car away on it. And I'm just like, ugh, this is the worst.
Oh my God. That's freaking terrible. I can't believe you had to deal with that. You were in traffic, sitting there for 3 hours. I don't think we've ever sat in traffic.
Well, it wasn't like 3.
We should probably look it up, see if the person that was driving was okay.
Just before 11 to just after 1. So
That's
about 2.5 hours. And it's funny because when we started going, the car that was to the left of me, they must have been asleep because they didn't move.
Oh, no.
I was like honking on the horn. I'm like, well, who can blame them,
Yeah.
So I don't wish that to happen. I mean, I hope nobody was seriously hurt. And any wreck is bad. You don't want to see anybody hurt. But when it just stops us all,
that's ridiculous.
Really stinks.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Sorry you had to deal with that, and you had to go to work the next day.
Yeah, that was fun.
Where do you guys want to move to next?
Let's talk about, I'll give my quick impressions of Stranger Things 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let's do that.
So started it on Saturday, I think. Watched the first 3 episodes. It is not grabbing me.
Really?
It's really not.
You do not...
Do you think it's because of the reason I said last time? It's because you know what to expect versus last time we went into it raw and it's a completely original story?
Yeah, that's part of it. That was going to happen no matter what they did for season 2, I think.
Yeah.
Because that's the joy of the first season is you had no idea. I mean, no expectations whatsoever. One thing to me, the most intriguing part, and I'll ask you if you guys know this, the Billy guy?
Billy.
The long-haired...
The blonde guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who that is?
Who is that?
The Red Ranger.
I knew it! I told you I knew him! I told you.
Yeah.
I told you I recognized him. Oh my God, it is.
The Red Ranger.
I knew I recognized him.
You don't because he's got a goofy mustache and long hair. But
I knew it. I stared at him and I'm like, I know you from something. I didn't look, I didn't look it up.
It was, and I keep seeing it on the 3 episodes I watched. That name, I'm like, Dacre Montgomery. I know that name. Who is that?
Yeah.
And when I saw him, I'm like, I know that guy.
That's a completely different character, like overall, like Goody Two Shoes Power Ranger to what he is.
They haven't done much with him yet, but I'm intrigued to see what his role is, and at the same time, whatever kind of guilt thing that Nancy's going through in relation to with what's his name, Steve.
Yes. Yeah, Steve.
So that's a little bit more intriguing than what the kids are going through right now.
Right.
Yeah, they make it that way for a little bit, but you find all those questions all get answered.
Yep.
So you're on episode 4.
Don't ask him where what he's at. I think when he is done,
he can say one thing. Like just say.
Is there anything that you've liked so far? Anything that's popped out that you're just like, yeah, that's pretty good.
No.
I mean, he is only in the first few episodes,
right.
and it really gets more
Astin's
interesting.
Character is kind of weird,
isn't he?
Yeah,
but
he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Goofy.
You really get a lot of mixed feelings about him until like the middle-ish.
I really do. Yeah, like I remember seeing him and I was like, there's something to that character.
Yeah, I was like, I had a hard time accepting him.
When he gives his little story to Will about standing up to bullies
in the car.
Yeah.
In the car.
Yeah.
I thought, well, that's going to mean something later, so maybe it will. And at the end of the episode, then when Will's having an episode,
yeah,
it comes back.
Was that episode 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where you ended.
And at the end of that episode, the thing happens.
So
I'll stop right there.
That's where Josh looked at me and went, like, because it went on for a while, and Josh was looking at me like, is is this really happening?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So just wait a couple more episodes in. After that, you might get hooked.
I'm gonna say it's like you and Jer fell asleep to the second episode, but you guys were also hungover.
I was so hungover.
I was over here like waiting.
Right.
I will say I wasn't going to, but I could not help myself when I opened Netflix and the top featured thing is the Punisher trailer. I was like, no, I'm not going to watch it. Well, I watched it.
Oh, no, you did it.
No, it was okay. It didn't really, it didn't give much away, but
it's a trailer.
I know that I will not get Stranger Things 2 watched before I completely binge. I'll have Punisher. It's what, 9 or 10 or
I think it's
13?
9 episodes for
what?
The Punisher.
I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
If it's 9 episodes, if it's 10 or less, I'll have it done on Saturday. If it's 13, it might take me the rest of the weekend. But
holy cow!
Well, we'll be able to watch it this weekend.
We'll give it a try.
Yeah.
See if we like it. I mean, I like Daredevil season 1 and 2. I like Jessica Jones. I didn't give Iron Fist or Luke Cage a try, or The Defenders at all.
Well, I don't think we can watch The Defenders until we watch all the other ones.
What I hope this does, and I don't know if it will because you can't. None of the Marvel things on Netflix as of right now did much for merchandising. I don't think. I haven't seen a lot. I'm hoping that this at least spawns a bunch of T-shirts. I found a T-shirt at Kroger. Of all places.
What?
A Punisher T-shirt at Kroger, because a lot of Krogers are selling general merchandise now.
Yeah.
Well, if you go to the one on St. Joe, it's a Super Kroger. It's
the one on in Coventry.
Is that one as well?
Oh.
And there's only 2, and they're not the right size. I'm like, come on, restock this. I gotta buy it.
You like it?
Oh yeah.
Like that? You should have taken a photo of the shirt so I could see it.
I will when I check it.
Speaking of trailers, Deadpool 2's teaser came out today.
We just watched that a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
Looks
think
good.
Well, it's Ryan Reynolds doing everything.
I know.
I
can't wait. I love Ryan Reynolds.
You liked him since Van Wilder.
Yeah, he's up there for me. I drool over him. Yeah. I love him in every single thing he's been in. He can play serious. He can play freaky. He can play. I mean, the comedy role is just natural to him. But.
Right. Well, we've seen quite a number of movies with him in it. His most serious role, I think, was Buried. Do you remember that one where he's in the coffin?
He's in the coffin.
Did you watch that as well?
I didn't. I heard it was crap.
It was mind-bending.
It's not what you expect.
It wasn't.
Well, it is and it isn't. I remember being disappointed about it, but after sitting back and thinking about the story and how it is, I'm like, wow, can you even imagine this and this and this? And like you kind of grasp and go, okay, all right, I guess it was a good movie.
Right. Yeah.
He was also in Amityville Horror.
That was his try at a horror film, and it was fine.
It was fine.
He was good.
Yeah.
But he was made to be Deadpool.
Yes.
That is it.
I cannot imagine anyone else playing Deadpool. Nobody.
Not as anybody that's as quick-witted or has that voice, you know?
I'm going to guarantee you a lot of those lines have got to be...
From him? Maybe.
There are 2 Ryan Reynolds roles that I really like, and one is Blade Trinity.
You like that, huh?
I don't think a lot of people liked Blade Trinity.
I liked it.
I really liked it.
I don't think I was...
We saw Blade Trinity. It has Triple H in it. Jessica Biel, Ryan Reynolds... Of course, Wesley Snipes.
It sounds like an amazing movie.
We saw it.
Surely you've seen it.
It's the one with the dog vampire.
The guy from Prison Break, Dominique.
Honestly, I'm drawing a blank. I'm sure I've watched it. My mom would kill me just because
Dracula's actually in it, I think.
Okay, well, everything you're saying is I'm getting reminded of it.
Patton Oswalt.
Patton Oswalt's in it?
Yeah.
Really?
I know. We should watch The Blade. It's a trilogy, isn't it?
Good, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
If you count, they made a 4th one.
They did?
No, they didn't. It was a TV series.
No, they made a made-for-TV movie with a different guy.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
I
might be wrong.
I'm pretty sure wrong because I think what you're thinking of. I think what you're thinking of is the TV series. It was like a mini series.
I know.
Are you sure? Are you sure? I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm pretty sure you're wrong. I like that.
I'm pretty sure you're wrong.
I'm pretty sure you're wrong.
The other one, I gotta say this first. Van Wilder.
Well, of course.
Love Van. Other than the dog part, I love
think
Van
I've had these before. God, who didn't vomit at that scene?
I have to fast forward through it. I can't watch it.
You couldn't watch it?
I can't.
I watched it the
cannot
first time and never again.
I cannot watch it anymore.
Wasn't that one of our drunken movies? We might have put that one in.
I don't know if it was.
I don't know.
But I tell you, the part at the beginning where he's talking to that kid.
And he doesn't have any pants on.
He's like, call me nuts. It's so good.
I also love Waiting.
Yeah, that's a good one. If you're part of the restaurant biz, that's a movie you have to watch.
If you've ever worked in the restaurant business, that is the movie to watch.
That is the movie to watch.
I think Van Wilder also introduced Cal Penn.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which was a great character.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really like him.
And then they made a sequel, and it was terrible.
Cal was in it, but Ryan Reynolds was not.
Right. It was called The Rise of Raj. I forgot
something like that.
I forgot his name. I'm sorry.
I think his name was
I think it's Taj. And then they did a prequel, Van Wilder freshman year, and they had someone try to mimic Ryan Reynolds doing his eyes and his eyebrows. Only Ryan Reynolds can do that shit.
Yes. I was like,
Put a mask on him, then you get Deadpool.
I like.
But I tell you, he was a scrawny dude in Van Wilder.
Yes, he was.
And then he went to
he's gone from
he
yes, he did.
He bulks up nice.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear, speaking of Deadpool and all that, Disney is trying to acquire Fox.
Yes.
They are trying to purchase Fox.
They're going to take over everything.
They are. It's scaring me. If they do, though, they get X-Men, they get the Fantastic Four, they get Silver Surfer, they get Deadpool.
That might be a good thing if they get the Fantastic Four.
That might be a good thing.
I was going to say, that might be a good thing.
It's had some serious disservice.
The first movie, you can say it was okay. And then from there, it just
the best part about that is Jessica Alba.
I was going to say, you're going to say Jessica Alba.
I mean, you and I, we both had that crush on her.
But Chris Evans, one of very few people who's played two different Marvel superheroes.
Yeah. There's quite a number of people who have actually been on both sides of DC and
Ryan
Marvel.
Reynolds did Green Lantern and he did Deadpool.
And he did other Deadpool too. He was also
a Deadpool and X-Men.
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
He wasn't. He was dead. Oh, actually, he was in 2, wasn't he?
What?
He was in 2 X. No, he was just in 1 X-Men.
No, he was just in X-Men Origins Wolverine.
I was thinking of the end of that movie.
That Origins Wolverine movie gets a bad rap. I enjoyed it.
I liked it.
I know it's like considered Hugh Jackman's worst Wolverine.
Well,
portrayal.
I didn't.
Not that he did a bad job playing Wolverine,
right.
but the movie was no good. But the best part of that movie is Liev Schreiber. He was great.
Yeah, I liked him as
Are you talking
Wolverine.
About Chickmont Cheeks?
No, that's Hugh Jackman.
Or not Wolverine. God, I'm drawing a blank here.
What the heck is his name?
What is his name?
His brother?
The cat.
Yes. He's not a cat.
Well, it's some kind of...
He's like a yeah,
oh my
I'm not
God.
really sure what
the
he is.
nerds are shouting at us right now
about this.
I know. What is
Josh,
it?
you're the one that
I have something else.
Okay.
Look it up.
Okay.
Look it up.
I will look.
I got it.
Okay.
Oh my God, this is the
People
dumbest thing.
People are probably like yelling at us right now.
He was portrayed in the first X-Men too.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he's not a cat.
Really
he's some kind of like werewolf looking thing.
That's why I said the werewolf.
He has claws.
Oh my God.
I know he has claws, like they're like in his fingers or whatever, but yeah, I have no idea. I am completely drawing.
They're not giving me the name. His name is Victor Creed. It's his actual fucking name.
Now. That's gonna irritate. It'll come to me throughout the show.
Okay,
so I won't be able to.
Let's move on from there.
About
it. but yeah, Disney acquiring the rights to Fox. That's very scary. They already took Star Wars. They already took Marvel. The rights to most Marvel. Who else? Who else has Marvel rights? Just Fox, right?
I was thinking about this. And yes, I think so.
Sabretooth?
Sabretooth.
Thank you.
You know what I Googled?
Sabretooth is a cat.
Yeah.
Wolverine's brother.
That worked?
I looked up X-Men Origin Wolverine on...
I looked up Wolverine's brother.
Sabretooth.
Actually, it says brothers. There's Dog Logan is another thing that popped up. I have no idea who that is.
That might be some of the comic stuff that has been visited.
I don't know about that movie.
Yeah. His aging?
No, people call him Logan, but his brother calls him Jimmy. Why? Did you ever notice
Logan
that?
was his military name given. Someone's
like
messing with our dumpster.
Yeah, it's a dumpster outside.
Okay. That was the name he was given when he became... No?
Do you remember that, though?
Yeah. I don't remember why he was called Jimmy. Jimmy was his birth name. He changed... Maybe might have changed it to Logan.
Weird.
Might be his middle name.
Well, I'm sure there's an explanation, but they never reference it in the movie.
If they reference it, it's very slight.
Well, I've watched it several times with subtitles on.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Anywho,
it's a good movie. Let's move on.
One thing I want to say quickly about Disney. So, you have your Marvel's annualized movies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're trending that way with Star Wars because they just announced another sequel.
No, you mean trilogy. Yeah.
Someone
10,
else,
11, and 12.
Someone else is taking it over and making a new trilogy.
I
was just like, and I'm burnt out already.
They don't burn out Star Wars like they have, in my opinion,
like Spider-Man,
superhero movies.
Yeah,
I should say Spider-Man. I mean, that's the one that pops into my head with burnout.
Well, to be honest, I was sitting there in Thor and I was watching everything. I was like, this is nothing new to me, and I'm not intrigued.
Exactly. Now, I know you can go a million different ways with Star Wars.
You can. Oh, yeah.
And in every movie can be different.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that it doesn't get burnout.
We're already getting what we need. We're getting a main movie, then a side movie, then a main movie, then a side movie.
You know what else is freaky?
What's up?
When I started watching the original Star Wars trilogy, it came out the same amount of years ago as Episode 1 did from now. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Episode 1 came out in 99.
Yes.
From now, it'd be 18 years. Yeah. So what do you...
So 77 to 91, 92.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's pretty freaking crazy.
What'd you just write down there?
Something that was suggested.
Oh, okay. But yeah, they are actually they have the Star Wars movie coming out next month, and I think Han Solo doesn't come out for another year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't come out till next December.
Yes.
And then Star Wars Episode 9 doesn't come out till
and
that summer.
Isn't there a Boba Fett movie?
Yeah, but that's going to be after 9.
I thought that they were releasing something in like March or April, or did that get put? I don't know.
I have not heard that.
I don't know.
No, they're moving. Han Solo is going to be next year, and then they're doing
2018,
December of 2018, and then May of 2019 is going to be Star Wars Episode 9. It's going to be a blockbuster for the summer.
Okay.
Wow.
So I think stepping away from the winter release.
Right. I think the winter release is fine.
I think so too.
I mean,
I like the winter release.
Yeah, it gives you a reason to leave the house
there's just
for a good movie.
So much packed into summer.
Yes, there
every
is.
year.
Yes,
and then so you finally you get a break for the holidays, and then
I wonder if Disney did that because Marvel Infinity War is going to be over in 2019.
Well, that's true because Part 2 will come out.
So I wonder if they're moving Star Wars into the slot of their superhero. Could be.
Maybe.
Also, I read a headline today that the Justice League movie is just okay.
Just okay?
Yeah. See, I told you, it's not... Everything I've read about it, everything that it's not grabbing me at all.
DC?
Yeah, it's not
grabbing me. You liked Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman was fantastic. Absolutely loved it. But unless they make another just Wonder Woman movie...
Well, there will be a Wonder Woman 2.
I'm sure that there will
Brett
be.
Brett Ratner is not going to be in it, and I'm not sure what he did. He's not the director. The director was a...
Well, I think it was
Is that the woman?
Yeah.
Brett Ratner?
No, Brett Ratner is a chick.
That's what I'm saying. Is she the director?
I believe so. Actually, that's actually ringing a bell.
Because she's the highest grossing female director now, I believe.
Because she put out Wonder Woman.
Exactly. Just tell me who.
She's
Patty Jenkins.
As a director?
Yeah.
Well, look up Brett Ratner.
Brett Ratner is a director. I know that for sure. But I'm looking up all the casting crew.
Did he have a role in Wonder Woman? Because I just read this before we went on the air tonight that...
Go ahead.
Brett Ratner will not be involved in Wonder Woman 2.
Maybe he had his hands in it beforehand, and then they just switched. I'm at his page. All filmography. Okay, let's look here. Producer, maybe.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, he's signed on to produce a lot of stuff. Holy cow!
Not Wonder Woman.
Not seeing. Nope, not Wonder Woman.
Well,
so he had his hands in it.
Okay, so maybe he was signed on for it and then is not in it anymore, or not doing it anymore.
Right.
So I did read that Ben Affleck's got one foot out the door as Batman.
Why are they saying that?
He said it.
Yes, but
he said he's not going to be leaving as Batman.
He did. He said he's looking for a graceful way to walk away.
Why?
I thought we already talked about this because he came clean at a Comic-Con with all of these rumors, and he said that's not true.
Well, he's reconsidered, I guess.
Why?
Like, it just came out today also. I've read this in a thing that he's looking for a good way to exit.
Really?
Okay.
Probably because
why.
he's 50 years old and he signed on at 47 to play Batman.
Well, he shouldn't have fucking done that.
I agree.
He did fine though. I mean, they could pass it off.
I still don't really like the Ben Affleck Batman.
If DC wants to compete with Marvel, that means multiple movies, and they need a young guy like when Christian Bale did it in 2005.
Christian Bale did a good job
To take it from here.
I think Christian Bale is my Batman. Like, he's the one I pick. Like, if I had to pick any Batman out of anybody who's portrayed him, other than the voices, I'm talking about live action.
I would say that in our generation, he was the most influential.
Right.
But my favorite is still Keaton.
Why do people like Keaton? I hate him.
I like Keaton.
Hate him with a passion. I don't like him at all.
I think Michael Keaton is a great actor.
Oh, okay.
But he
I think he did a good
Batman
job.
was awesome.
He's a good villain. We just watched The Founder.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Netflix. It's a McDonald's.
It's almost kind of like a documentary, but
it's not a documentary. It's a biop.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
But it's a little bit. We can tell it's a little fabricated. But
I mean, it's a movie based on a true story, is what it is.
Fucking asshole, Ray Kroc can go suck one. He took
It's
over
like
someone else's decisions.
Yep.
And just stole it from underneath them.
He pretty much said, find a way
literally
to
underneath them.
Find a way to get around this contract so that way I can do what I need to do.
He bought the land, and so he owned the property, so he owned the businesses. Fuck that. Fuck that guy, and fuck him.
At the same time, it's kind of...
It's smart. It's ingenious.
Yeah.
But he took these people who were just really kind, and they had a system, and he fucked them over. Okay. We're talking about The Founder and the portrayal of Ray Kroc and the way he stole McDonald's from the people who actually owned McDonald's.
The part that I hated the most was at the end. It talks about
them not getting any money.
Yeah. So the contract was that there was he was not going to guarantee them anything on paper for their royalties, and he pretty much said, I think it was like, I'll give you $1 million a piece, or like $1 million total, one of them, for your royalties for all of this. And he said, but it's not going to be on paper, it's going to be through a handshake. And sure enough, like, they just went ahead and said, get this guy out of my life, did a handshake, and then at the end it said, like they do, like during the credits, like blah 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 went on to blah blah blah, and it said, sure enough, they did not get their royalties.
They should have got a lawyer.
They did.
They had one.
They could not afford.
No lawyer is going to
allow
you to.
But it was their decision.
Well.
He was just so far up their asses that they pretty much had no choice but to just say, I just get out of my life.
Right.
He was making your life a living hell.
Brett, you're making the table shake.
So I don't know. It made me. It reminded me a lot about like the Facebook, like the way how Facebook was. I think that was what Mark Zuckerberg, and then there was like
the Social Network.
Yeah, the Social Network.
That
like who
movie,
came up with the actual concept?
The Winklevi twins and what's Andrew Garfield's character. Yeah.
I know that was a good movie as well.
Well, it goes to show you can't be a nice person in creative industry like that. You need you could
be a nice
ground.
person. You need to have someone who's not a nice person be a backer,
right?
And make some tough decisions for you.
Right, exactly.
Just shows you, bad stuff happens to good people.
It does. It really does.
Unfortunately.
So I want to talk about EA. And Battlefront 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you guys have? You've probably heard about this, Alex.
I didn't click on it. I just saw that there was controversy over Battlefront 2.
There is.
That's all I know.
I've got the Reddit thread right here.
So I played it this weekend.
Oh, you did?
Because you can play like 10 hours worth if you have EA Access.
Okay.
So I just
doesn't EA Access, does that cost something?
It's $5 a month, but the game vault is not that good.
Okay.
But I did it just so I could play. I wanted to play the single player, and I played the first 3 levels, and it's fun.
Is it fun?
But it does not feel, at least the first 3 levels, does not feel like a Battlefront game. In the terms, it's more of a third-person action-adventure game.
Okay.
It's not big, huge battles. Maybe it'll get there. There was, at the end of one of the levels, there was a space. You're in a TIE fighter. That was fun as hell.
Nice.
One made me want to play Rogue Squadron, so I did, and I couldn't see anything.
Of course not. It's so pixelated and so bad.
Nintendo 64, it's dark and all that.
What's your take on Battlefront? Like, Is it?
I want to play it, and I will not pay. I mean, I won't pay full price for it. And even if I did, it's probably more for everything but the large, matchmaking matches. That's just I don't play that.
Did you bought the first Battlefront when it
I
came
did,
out?
and it was really a waste of money because I did not put that. We played one session together.
Yeah,
and it was okay. It wasn't great.
Right.
And that one, because it was all matchmaking, it just was not for me.
So Battlefront 2 is under a lot of heat right now because there are pay to unlock things, or you can unlock them with time, like playtime.
Grinding, basically.
So this one person started a thread, said, seriously, I paid $80 to have Vader unlocked, Darth Vader, to play as him. Here's what he said. This is Reddit user MBMM Maverick. Thank you for doing this because you have just made history in the most downvoted Reddit thread ever, a Reddit comment. So he said, this is a joke. I'll be contacting EA support for a refund. I can't even play fucking Darth Vader. Disgusting. This age of microtransactions has gone way too far.
Oh my
Leave
God.
it to EA, though, to stretch the boundaries. EA responded, and I'm going to get to some interesting points here. This is from the EA community team. This is within 3 days. Mm-hmm. So they said, the intent is to provide players with a sense of pride and accomplishment for unlocking different heroes. I understand that.
Okay.
I get that. I really do. Like, it
just
feels
like any
good to
game you
unlock
play
something.
for a really long time, you get a certain character.
As they go on from there. As for cost, we selected initial values based upon data from the open beta and other adjustments made to milestone rewards before launch. Among other things, we're looking to average per player credit earn rates on a daily basis, and we'll be making constant adjustments to ensure that players have challenges that are compelling, rewarding, and of course, attainable via gameplay. We appreciate the candid feedback and the passion the community has put forth around the current topics here on Reddit, our forums, and across numerous social media outlets. There's a little bit more after that, but...
So, a guy's mad because he chose to spend money to unlock Vader.
I don't know if he unlocked them, but he probably wanted
I paid $80 for the deluxe
No, I think it's $80 additional for him.
Oh, and he didn't get it.
Well, no, he said basically he wants to get his money back for buying this game.
No.
I get that, but $80 to unlock a character, that's a little too far. That's a little much.
So I guess I'm having trouble understanding what he meant. He paid $80 after he bought the game to get Vader.
I'm going to guess...
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, okay.
Sounds like
you might be right.
It sounds like he paid an additional $80 to unlock a character.
$140 for a brand new game and a special character when he could have grinded to unlock this character.
Okay. So here's where it says. Here it is. Someone responded, and this person said, there is no pride with wasting 40 hours grinding for a hero only for the hero to be gimped from the go and require 300 more hours grinding to make them heroic. You're just pushing this system to incentivize spending and for no other reason.
So you have to put in that many hours to unlock a character?
To unlock a hero.
You have to put in 40 hours to unlock them, and then you have to put in more to get them better, to up their stats.
That's ridiculous.
Not
I
only that,
I can see like 20 hours, but 40?
Well, they have reduced it, right?
They reduced the price.
So you still have to grind to get them good.
Right.
It's all incentives to play the game.
This is the most downvoted, that EA community team is the most downvoted item on Reddit history at 677,000 downvotes.
Wow.
Only one user can do a downvote. So, the previous person had, I think it was like, says right here, I had a screenshot of it. 24,000 downvotes. That was the record.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow, smashed it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, okay, we talked about microtransactions last week. Take-Two actually came out and said recurrent, or they talked about recurrent consumer spending, which is their term for microtransactions.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they had said that every Take-Two game that comes out from now on is going to have microtransactions. So gamers need to just understand that if you want to play good games, I shouldn't say that. If you want to play games, if you want developers to make games, they have to make money at it because games are so expensive to manufacture. If they don't sell, that's the end.
Right.
So if you want to keep playing games, just deal with it.
Yeah, I get it, but the cost of that kind of stuff, though, it's a little much.
Yes.
Microtransactions are ruining video games.
But it's not required that you spend the money.
No, but if you want to progress, sometimes it causes you to do that.
Yeah. But, well, it's still your choice to spend the money.
Right. I agree. I
They're
totally agree.
not making you do it.
Right. And that's where what was the game? I think it's called Heart.
But I can feel that pressure though for, a character as big as Darth Vader. You're like, okay, do I want to spend 40 hours on this game to try to get him? And then eventually when I hit that 40 hours, I finally get him and then I've burnt out on the game? Or do I want to spend $80 right now and get him and enjoy having him, playing him right off the bat?
I get it.
It's especially,
so it's kind of like a peer pressure on the game or on the player.
I'm biased because I don't play, competitive multiplayer, this is exactly what is affecting the whole thing.
Oh my God.
Well, I understand how people will want to spend that kind of money to upgrade armor and weapons and customize and things like that because it makes you different and you stand out and you're like, oh my God. I mean, there's plenty of times when Josh and I and Jer are playing Destiny and we have someone walk by with this really cool suit of armor and I'm like, oh my God, where'd they get that? And then sure enough, we see it on what's called like the Eververse, which is where you pay microtransactions. You get random stuff all the time. Like you get currency, but it's a grinding currency that you can spend, or you can buy bundles of currency through Microsoft Live or whatever the heck it's called.
You're right. You got it.
Yeah.
I mean, I read a bunch of comments today. People hate EA because of these microtransactions.
I have something else as well to add.
It's coming to the industry. It's going to be in 80% of games. Before we know it, you just got to accept it.
So there's another...
Vote, as we always say. I think we said, vote with your wallet. If you don't want to support microtransactions, don't buy a game that has them.
Don't fucking do it. People have the opportunity to say no.
Well, that's what I like about, like, for instance, going back to Destiny.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it. I don't have to. It gives me the chance every week. They reset.
But you want to.
Oh, no. I would love to, but that's just me. I'm just a really good person as far as I'm a saver. I do not spend money on stuff like that.
Right.
I don't think I will ever. Like, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? You and Josh both got like a $5 credit on your account.
Yeah. Alex didn't for
some reason. The first
thing
I said is I'm putting that towards the Eververse because it's free money and I'm going to go and buy stuff. But it's not. That's what I would do with it.
They didn't give her the $5.
Yeah, they didn't give me $5. But I was like, oh man, $5 can you get me a new suit of armor?
I don't even remember why.
It was just to boost sales, like basically saying, here's $5, spend it towards something.
Yeah,
there is nothing on Microsoft that's $5 unless you're buying microtransaction items.
Maybe if something was for sale.
Well,
on sale, I mean.
Well, with my $5, I put it towards keys for my Rocket League because you have to actually buy the keys in order to unlock these crates that they give you. So
I'm sure Rocket League makes a lot of, but then again, Rocket League was a free game.
It was on PlayStation, yes, when it first launched.
So I can see why they have so many microtransactions.
They don't need it. They are very popular.
But there are some cool ass shit that you can get for your cars by buying
things. What's the thing you needed to
say? So there's another post going around about Battlefront 2 and promoting gambling to children.
Oh, brother.
Okay, so this is the dumbest fucking thing I'm reading here. So
you learn to gamble when you are a child. Look at Pokemon cards.
Yes, exactly. So you're putting money towards a pack that isn't opened and you don't know what's going to be in it. That's gambling right there.
Well, there's that. There's trading. I'll give you this for this, and it.
Right. Okay. So what they're saying is Disney is releasing their latest Star Wars product, Battlefront 2. In this game, players unlock items and characters from Disney's popular Star Wars movies. This is achieved through loot crates. Loot crates are a form of in-game #gambling. Players open crates for a random chance of winning prizes. Some prizes are big, some are small, just like slot machines. This encourages players to spend real-world money on loot crates. This gambling is marketed towards children using Disney's Star Wars. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys in that post. That is not true. Every single...
Josh, that's exactly what Rocket League does.
It is!
Well, that's when...
People need a reason to complain.
That's when...
It is... I kind of agree with them with the gambling thing, though. It gets you, like... but you can see what you're gambling for. That's one thing.
Right.
But it's the exact same thing.
Parents
you pay
need to be
for
parents and make sure that if their kids have an account, there's no way to pay hooked up to the account.
That's
Problem
the other thing.
solved.
I see. He open and close right there.
See, Brett, I get your point, and that's totally true. But not a lot of parents are that intelligent.
Well,
we're intelligent. Well, we're not.
I'm not dogging anybody, but I'm just saying there are some parents out there that just don't pay attention.
Oh, I'm gonna pay. I'll be paying attention if I notice all these microtransactions.
Exactly.
What have you been buying? My Barbie needed a new dress for $100.
There's just a lot of things going around like that, you know.
yeah, it's.
Well, that's the thing. Kids learn.
It's not.
They don't know.
No, they
you
don't.
know, first it was DLC packs, and now it's microtransactions.
Activision started that. Who do you think started the microtransaction? Like who?
Well, it started with, like Brett said, it
Candy
was
Crush.
DLC.
It was Candy Crush. That's what brought in microtransaction,
That's mobile
right?
though.
Still, you can carry that
Angry
over.
Birds.
Angry Birds. Yeah, that's a big one.
What's Flappy Bird?
That was not microtransaction.
That was free.
No.
It's not going away,
Flappy Bird.
and you know, if you
It's
don't,
not gonna.
you know.
No, someone said this is a brilliant idea. People will pay money. Let's do it.
It's my money and I want it now.
So I mean, to go back to the founder,
I got it.
it is ingenious. I mean, people will pay. There are people out there that will pay this kind of money.
People who are assholes will eat this world alive.
But Brett also has a good point. If you want to support your game, put the money into it.
We wanted to move on from that.
I'm sorry. You guys are sitting here having your 2 cents on it. I'm just trying to get mine.
You're right. Go on.
I know, that's it. That's kind of what I wanted
to okay. That's like what you said last week. I really enjoyed this film. Or I really enjoyed this show or whatever.
Character.
Yeah.
Because you kept interrupting me.
Can we talk about IGN?
Okay, so...
I thought we were talking about it.
Well,
not yet. No, we're talking
weird
about Battlefront.
At IGN.
Okay, what happened at IGN?
So they put out a statement on... Today's Wednesday, on Monday.
Do you have all the facts on this?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I read this story.
Okay.
I was like, what in the world happened?
Yeah.
Well, I read the statement at first, and basically it was just saying we failed as a company in terms of protecting a female employee or a former female employee,
right,
and one current female employee. And basically we want you to know that we're going to be a better company towards our employees.
Are you talking about are you talking about the male and female thing that happened in IGN, or are you talking about something completely different?
Talking about the sexual harassment.
Yeah, between a guy and a girl.
Yes, but
you said 2 females.
That's what it said.
Oh, there's another one?
A current female employee and a former female employee.
Along with this guy.
Yes.
Okay, because you didn't mention the guy. That really confused me for a second.
And even though it's public, I won't say any names.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know him, but I know the name of the guy. He is a former employee.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in front of the camera, so if you're an IGN person at all, if you follow them at all, you probably know who it is. But
okay,
so I won't know if I want to say the world, but the news is full of sexual harassment claims right now.
It's just going back to back to back.
It is. It's unbelievable. It doesn't stop.
I don't know whether or not these stories are true. There are some that have been proven false, some have been proven true. But it just keeps stacking up. I wonder if it's just because
it's been mostly Hollywood, but now there's a politician.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I wouldn't, IGN is not Hollywood, but it is probably
pretty close.
It's the top entertainment.
It's a video game journalist site.
It's the Hollywood
the top one. It's the New York Times of the entertainment.
It is.
With the emphasis on video games.
Yes.
But anyway, so they put out this statement saying that we failed, we'll do better. And then they did not involve any names, which they shouldn't have. But when I read this on Monday, I'm just thinking, this is internal. Why are you telling us, the readers?
I don't know.
I didn't get
because
it.
someone is probably coming out to
sue them or
something.
The former employee,
so they're covering their ass.
Went to Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Alex is getting really angry at Twitter. Finish yours.
You go ahead.
Finish your bit first.
Basically said what happened and named her
by
person.
name. Okay.
Named him.
Okay.
So then I'm looking at my Facebook feed, and I follow IGN, and they put out the daily fix. So
the delay on it.
Yeah, they didn't have one yesterday.
Yeah.
They had one today saying, sorry, we didn't have one. And then talked about this statement.
Okay.
And then says, we're talking about it publicly, but we're not going to name any people because it's to protect privacy. I'm thinking it's
already been publicized.
And I'm thinking, it was so weird because it was an internal thing with their own employees.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yet they're putting it all out to the public.
Once you do that, it's out.
Any sense.
Someone's going to find out who it is, and it's going to get out.
I think they just want to get ahead of the curve. I don't know.
Either
that or just saying, hey, we know that this is going to happen, so we're just protecting our ass.
I'm sure they didn't want to get sued, and I don't know what kind of, how they left it with it led this former employee to quit because of it. So because of the harassment.
Well, the guy, he did a response and said, I thought we were really good friends. I had no idea that this was bad. And he did all the screenshots of their messages back and forth and stuff.
That is the point of having regular sexual harassment meetings. So you know what is right and what is wrong.
Exactly.
Like as far as acceptable in the workplace and having these HR reps being able to go to.
I don't want to sound like I'm being insensitive towards people who feel they may be
victimized
or they're being sexually harassed.
Right.
But I do think there's a fine line to where, we've all worked in, I don't know if you have, but I know that we've worked in places that when it's just us workers, we're absolutely filthy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna state this just
I was
on
in the restaurant business.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, restaurant's dirty.
It's horrible.
My job, our HR rep is the dirtiest guy. It's funny. He's great. We don't get offended.
You learn once you work with people, you know what lines you can cross and whatnot. And I think, it's almost scary to be a guy working with a girl right now.
It is.
Because
twisting words and stuff. we're not sexist in any form or fashion, but it just seems to happen.
It's so crazy how much has come out within the last 2-3 months.
Oh yeah.
And most of it's Hollywood because that's what gets the news.
That's the traction. That's what people want to pay attention to because you can put a face to it.
You got, guys and it's not all guys on girls,
right?
For lack of a better term, but that's what gets the news.
Yeah, that's what's out in the open.
Most of the time, I always think about Horrible Bosses and Charlie Day as being sexually harassed,
right? By Jennifer Aniston,
and they're like, "What's your problem?"
Jennifer Aniston?
What I say?
You said Lopez.
Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What's your problem?" That would be awesome.
Right.
That would be a.
But he's married and he has a good.
You just have to see. That's just the way society is. It's bad one way and it's okay or not a problem in the other way. And
Alex,
I think it's bad both ways.
Alex, do you remember in Chicago we were I don't know if you were with me, but I was listening to the radio and there was this girl who came forward saying that her boss every day used to just hit her on the forehead with his genitals.
What?
Yeah, but she didn't say anything for a very long time.
Well, and that's the thing, though.
And then she sued, and she won, of course.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, she won.
This is the bad thing, though, that is going on in this society is that why you're hearing so much more about sexual harassment coming into light now is because more people have done it. So there's more people that you're hearing about sexual harassment assaults from 30 plus years ago because there's now strength in numbers with it is what it is. Mm-hmm. So everyone's like, well, you know what? Hey, this happened to me. It's a really bad experience. You don't want to come out and say you're embarrassed about it. You don't want to tell anyone.
I'm not trying to downplay it. You're absolutely right.
But then there's the people that make it. So there's the actual victims, and then there's the people that are just trying to get attention.
Well, that and a settlement.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because cash settlements.
Yes.
Right.
They're just like, oh, well, you did this to me, so I'm going to say it out in the open as a threat, and I'm going to get some money from you. And then you've got the people that are been suffering in silence for years that, they're finally coming out, and they're the ones that people are like, they're not believing them because like, well, why'd you wait so long? Well, because this is a very stressful thing. It's embarrassing. You don't want, because you know, as soon as you come out and you say it and it becomes public, you all light is shown on right on you.
Yep. It's just crazy.
It's a really big deal right now.
It's a crazy time, and I want to say, you know, without a doubt, that we do not condone sexual harassment.
Oh God,
no,
okay, or anything like that.
Absolutely not.
So we can move on now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about GameStop.
Yes. So, did you guys read into it? Any of that?
Yeah, well, enough to say. I mean, there's not much to say about it, really.
Got that up.
So last week we did a whole segment on this rental system that GameStop is going to do. Mm-hmm. Well, what I read is that they had to suspend it.
Yeah, the PowerPass.
Because what I read is that their old computer system can't handle it.
Yes.
Really?
That is that's what it says.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Which means that they don't have the money to upgrade the system, so they have to handle the rental process. Mm-hmm. So they have to go back and figure out how they're going to do it.
Wow.
And so they even had stores taking down all the signage that said it. So, and what they are doing is people that have signed up for it already, they bring back the game they have out, and they'll get refunded, and then they get a free pre-owned game.
I have the statement.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's actually very small.
It's a good retractment on GameStop.
So I love how we went into such detail on this last week, and it's not even a week.
So it's kind of like you're developing a very nice scene. It was
us, guys.
It was a nice painting, and now it's in the garbage.
Yeah.
And we have to give back everything.
Yeah. They're probably like, oh shit, PTO Unlimited podcast. They brought too much light to this. We're not prepared. Anyway, so this is the statement they came out with. GameStop. They said, we have elected to temporarily pause the rollout of the new PowerPass subscription service based on a few program limitations we have identified. We feel this is the right thing to do for now to ensure we are able to provide our guests with an exceptional service. That is it. And then there was somebody else that had commented or something, and it said according to something, there were 2 GameStop employees there. They said it was because of the computer program.
Right.
My prediction is this program will not be live until after the holidays.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess they were probably hoping it would be live before because...
Yeah. I mean, they have to upgrade all their stuff.
Except I think they will find another way. Because I don't think they want to spend the money to upgrade.
Oh, they can't. They can't afford it.
Exactly.
Like they're on their last limb here, and the only thing that's going to save them right now is the holidays. Because
they'll get a binder together. A whole
oh my God!
Library
this is how bad they
rental
feel.
Binders.
Since the service was already what they call soft launched this week.
Yeah.
So that allowed some people to actually go ahead and start buying stuff or getting the subscription. They said, somebody from GameStop said, we will allow them to bring the pass and video game they have checked out back and receive a full refund. In addition, we will allow them to pick out any pre-owned game for free.
That's cool.
Yeah. So there's that. I mean, there's that
you know, as long as
and that is it. The article is like that big.
They're like, oh, you know that entire thing we were doing? Yeah, we're not doing that anymore.
We were just trying to see how excited everyone will be for it.
Right.
Not.
So
what's this Blockbuster thing?
So I don't know if you guys know this, but there are 8 remaining Blockbusters.
I saw a story that there were still some open.
Wow.
Yep.
There really is?
There are 7 in Alaska.
Are they museums?
There is one there are 7 in Alaska, and one of them is basically a landmark. Like, they're not going to get rid of it.
There is 7 Blockbusters in Alaska?
Because there's no internet in Alaska.
And 1 in Texas.
Wait, there's no internet in Alaska?
Well, I'm sure
there is.
It's
did I really just make myself look stupid?
They don't have internet, Alex.
I was like, is it too cold?
It makes you wonder if there's... makes you wonder if there's internet in Hawaii.
Josh.
Go ahead.
It went over my head.
Yeah.
It's now back here.
Okay.
It's done.
So, yes, there are still 8 operating Blockbusters yet. There's 1 in Texas, 7 in Alaska. Isn't that... And they employ 80 people. So, 10 people per store. So that's great.
Still a lot.
Right?
That is
good for them.
This the person that owns it, he bought these back in 2000. I just wanted to mention this. It was just mind blowing to me because we were talking about rentals last week, and then we brought up GameStop PowerPass again. Thank you, GameStop, for failing, so we can bring up Blockbuster.
Yeah,
it's just we've talked about it in the past about going to Blockbuster, wanting to pick out that movie or video game and hoping it's there, but it's sold out, so you get that letdown. But the next time you go in, you have that anticipation. You
run
get it
in there.
You do, yeah. So that's pretty interesting to me that they're still running these things and it's still successful.
We have a story on that.
Go ahead.
I'd like to kind of go along with that.
Yeah.
When you and I were long distance, when I lived here and you lived in South Dakota, Josh and I can't say before cell phones, before we had cell phones, Josh and I would go to Blockbuster. And
you had Blockbuster, I had the corner.
Okay, either way.
Okay, no. Let me explain that.
You had Blockbuster, I had the corner.
There is in my old hometown in South Dakota of 900 people, Oneida, South Dakota. Shout out to you guys. I don't know if any of them are listening. The entire town listens to us. Yes, no. There is a gas station called The Corner.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Alex knows, but I mean the audience doesn't know.
Okay, but yes, you had The Corner,
and they were the only rental place in
within
the
30,
town within 30
miles.
Yes, so we had to go there. They charged $3 for a DVD for one night.
Whew.
Yeah, I mean it's pricey, but they're getting it.
Anyways,
I wonder if they have a red box.
So he would go there, and he would say, we would be on the phone, and he'd say, "I'm going to go and pick out this movie."
I'm going to fast track this. You watch the same movie at the same time over the phone.
Yeah,
we did, but the trouble was,
no, I guessed that. I didn't know.
Yeah, we did.
We might have told you.
So the fun part about it, or the shitty part about it, was I would say, "Okay, Dad, Mom, I need to go to Blockbuster. Josh is renting this movie. I need to go get this movie," and I would just rush there. Hopefully it's there.
Yep.
And then I would go, well, if it's not there, I just picked out a different movie, and hopefully he had it at the corner because, again, it's out in the middle of nowhere. And
there's no possible way if you didn't get the first movie that you would have just randomly got the same second movie.
Well, no.
We had a backup.
There was always a backup. If this isn't there, get this.
I always had Alex go, oh, I went first.
You went first.
Because I had the small store that only had very small selection. I'm talking about the size of this desk.
Yeah, it was that. It was very small.
It was about 8 feet. Maybe there might have had a couple shelves.
Maybe.
They eventually expanded.
So the other ridiculous part is we would get on the phone. We would put our phones up to the VCR or the DVD player or whatever in the screen and would say 1, 2, 3. And push play.
We'd find out who's going faster than the other.
Yeah, so we could watch the movie at the exact same time over the phone.
There are times I'd press pause and press play again just to get on the right synchronization.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, you're in high school.
Hey,
you have nothing else. We're defending ourselves here.
We made long distance work.
We did.
High five.
Fine.
High five. Very nice. That's the Borat and me. We watched that.
We watched that last night.
Well, I fell asleep to it. I was tired.
Oh, yesterday. I watched the whole thing.
Yeah, you kept on nudging me like, oh, look at this. So funny.
So funny.
I'm like, I'm tired. So.
Josh and I first, just to go on that real quick, Josh and I watched Borat last night because we own it. We're those people. Yeah. And this will bring us into our next topic. Yeah. So we watched Borat last night for some odd reason. And I was like, we haven't probably seen it since it came out 10 years ago. Yeah. So Josh and I first watched Borat randomly. It was Christmas. I think it was Christmas. New Year's. No, it was Christmas. Was it Christmas? Yes. It was his first time living here, like back in 2007. It was at the Dollar Theater, and we had all the Christmas get-togethers already done. And he's like, "What do you want to do?" And I'm like, "Do you want to go to Dollar movie or whatever?" So we went there, and Borat was there. So I said, "Let's go watch Borat." We watched Borat on Christmas. Yes, we did. On Christmas Eve. And because back then we were 18, 19 years old, that movie was like the funniest movie we'd ever seen for $1. I mean, you still enjoy it, and I still do too. I was laughing my butt off last night. That scene where they're running around chasing each other in the hotel naked and wrestling. Oh my! That's like that so really happened. Have you seen Borat? No. You I would. It's not your comedy. No, I don't think you'd like it. It's more cringy than The Office. It's very I was like, I cannot believe he's doing this. Yeah, it's very cringy. There's a scene where he's singing his national anthem, quote unquote, his national anthem, at a rodeo in America. Pretty much saying that his country is the greatest country ever and we suck and whatnot. And they're saying this, he's singing this in this like old town, very pro-America, all this, and I was like, oh my god, I cannot believe that he's
talking about red blood, right-wing people. So to bring it to the next topic, I opened up the DVD case. Well, first off, for Borat, I took off the sleeve, and the sleeve around it had different artwork than the other one. Like I don't know if you remember The Dark Knight when it came out on DVD.
Yep.
I looked at that, I was like, man, this is going to get lost in the digital era. I opened it up, and it looked like, something that you just get pirated. It's just a disc with Borat written in Sharpie, practically. They did that for marketing material. I was like, DVD and CD covers and cases and discs themselves had all this interesting artwork, and the digital era is killing it.
Well,
same with CDs.
It's not killing it in the sense that you can still go buy a movie on physical.
Yeah,
right. But digital itself, it gives it to the consumer immediately, and you don't get that
unless you got the digital copy with your physical copy.
I get that, but there aren't that many people that do that. They might go the other direction. I know you do. Actually, you've been going fully digital.
I've bought a lot of digital. But new stuff, I still try to buy the physical.
Okay.
Unless I can get it severely discounted, only getting digital.
Right. So it's just.
So that was like one of my favorite things about opening up a new Linkin Park CD.
Was their artwork?
Was all the artwork inside of it.
Yep.
And the cool pictures.
Like I still haven't bought the physical copy of Rogue One because, for one, it's never less than $20. It's at least $20 or $25.
Yeah.
And I know that there's going to be some pack of all these side stories, and I'll just wait and get it then.
I think when they do, let's see here, they did Rogue One, they're going to do Han Solo, Boba Fett, and Vader. I mean, if they put all those together, it'd just be like the story of, these and all that.
They'll put 7, 8, 9 together.
Oh, yeah.
And then they'll probably put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 together. And it's, they re-release them so many times.
And I want to get them on Blu-ray. I really do.
I have the first 6 on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they'll ever release the original trilogy on 4K or not.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Alex, you are looking like you want to say something.
Yeah, I had to I was looking up after we watched Borat. I looked up some interesting facts because I want to know what was fact on there. And one of the things I thought was completely kind of went over my head is at the beginning when he's in his country, which he says is Kazakhstan. Right? I think I'm saying that right. So he's from Kazakhstan, and in the actual movie, they speak what you think is Kazakh, I think is how you say it. And actually, what you're hearing is everything but. They speak English, Polish, and Romanian, and in the and some other language. And everything is they speak Kazakh and Polish and English, and that everything.
You got it right, Kazakhstan.
Yes, and where he's from, like where they're shooting it at the beginning and at the end, where he's in his home country, Kazakhstan, it's actually Romania.
Yeah,
like they are never actually in it.
It got a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow,
and I think it was like a 7.5 from
7.3 on IMDb.
On IMDb.
Yep.
I thought that was actually very high for what the actual movie is.
89% of Google users enjoyed that movie.
It's pretty cool.
It's not a bad movie.
It's a social experiment is what it is.
It is very much so.
The other funny thing is that in the movie, he's driving around. He's a Middle Eastern looking guy driving around a ice cream truck. So
with a bear.
With a bear in it. And so apparently this actually in real life grabbed the FBI's attention, and they followed him around because there was calls of people saying there's a Middle Eastern guy with a bear driving around an ice cream truck. So they actually had the FBI.
So the feds were following him?
The FBI actually had there was another fact about the FBI came out and said, thank you for making this movie because you made us look at a lot of other things that or like situations and stuff that we can prepare for now. and how people react to certain things.
Right.
So, I don't know. It's pretty interesting.
One final thing about your covers and cases thing. A lot of retailers do exclusives as far as the physical copies go.
Yeah.
So you can get cool stuff depending on where you bought the movie.
Right.
But I do remember when the original Sin City came out, they had 4 special sleeves with characters from the 3 different stories.
Right.
And I remember I got the one with Hardigan, which was Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
And Jessica Alba, which was Nancy. And I will never trade that one in.
That's
because
just
you can't get it anymore.
Prized possession.
Yeah.
I wonder how much it goes for on eBay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I even
see how
have
much
that
Beanie
movie.
Babies go for.
I have that movie on Blu-ray.
Oh, you do as well?
I will never get rid of that DVD version.
Did you ever talk about how you have a Jessica Alba Xbox?
Oh, I don't anymore.
You got rid of it?
What?
I have the Xbox. I peeled the skin off.
Wow.
That's jaw dropping right there. Like I can't
kinda-
even talk
it was
right
She
now.
can't even talk. She's jaw dropping.
It was kind of creepy.
Alex, say Szechuan.
Szechuan.
Come on. I put the pronunciation on our YouTube video. Szechuan.
One.
Szechuan.
Szechuan.
So
Let me tell Samantha about PlayStation View real quick.
Sure.
Yep. And then do you want to wrap up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So PlayStation View is just a streaming TV service, just like Sling.
Mm-hmm.
However, you don't need a PlayStation. You can get it on the Fire Stick and Google Chrome, I believe,
Really?
and probably even Roku. But I've never checked on Roku.
That's interesting.
But it's basically just, you put in your region and where you live. Your zip code determines what channels you get. But they do have some stuff that Sling does not. Like, I know the Big Ten Network, college sports, is on there.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Cousin Andrew has it,
Yeah.
because of the Big Ten Network.
Okay.
I don't know how different the channel lineup is. I know that they have Disney and Sling does not. I didn't think it was a huge difference or not enough to make me want one over the other.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know that I can literally take my Sling subscription and put it in a device wherever,
Right.
and
Right.
it works. But the PlayStation View has to be tied to a location.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't
which
know that.
is one
That's
kind
a downfall.
of downfall too.
So you can't
that-
put it on a tablet.
No, I mean like
Like it stays on
state location.
that. Yeah.
Oh.
So if I'm in Ohio, I couldn't use Cousin Andrew's account in Ohio.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That sucks.
Yeah.
I mean,
Very weird that they do that.
if you're someone that stays at home, is View any better than Sling?
I will tell you, I don't like the user interface
Okay.
on View. It's kind of wonky.
Mm-hmm.
And even when I was using, I did try a trial of it. I did it on the PlayStation. I was using a PlayStation controller, which is never always the best, but it was just laggy and it did not move well. So that's why I ultimately went with Sling, and it's what I will keep for the foreseeable future.
Right. Right. So, is there anything else you want to add for this episode?
Yeah, there's just a couple little things.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, we really didn't do a segment on playing and watching. We just kind of talked about certain things.
We're just mixing it in now.
But something big happened this weekend.
Go ahead.
I finished BioShock Infinite.
Yeah, you did.
I've completed BioShock.
You you didn't do any of the DLC.
I have not done the DLC. There's
There's DLC in all 3.
I know.
Okay.
I have not done the DLC. I just did the main story that came out for 1, 2, and 3. So my review on it is I do agree with everybody else that it is the best BioShock.
Infinite is?
Yes.
Okay.
Infinite is the best BioShock by far. I was definitely more grabbed. I don't know how else to say it. Like I woke up and was like, I have to play Infinite. Like I loved the graphics on it. It was very pretty. I liked the voice acting in it. The characters were awesome. The story was awesome. Mm-hmm. The ending was jaw-dropping.
I knew it was going to be a twist for you.
Yes, it is a twist, and you do not expect it. And I don't think I was as exaggerated as Josh was, because when a game comes out and Josh plays it, and I am told, if you ever want to play this game, you stay in that room.
Right?
And I woke up to him yelling, "What the fuck?"
You said it too.
I know I did.
said, "What the fuck?"
I didn't say, I scream it. Because I was
have
still
my cue.
I was
You don't.
Oh damn. But I was trying to put pieces in my head, and at the end, there's just a scene. Don't want to ruin it for the people that are listening that haven't played it, but it's a pretty significant jaw-dropping moment. There's a scene and the camera starts to pan back and you're like, wait a second. What? what? And then you just go, what the fuck? And then I sat there afterwards and I was like, Josh, would you mind looking up an explanation for me, like on YouTube, like the ending of BioShock Infinite, just to like clear some things up for me, because they kind of just throw it all in your face at the end.
They really do,
and you're just supposed to end up getting it. I got most of it, and then when I watched the review on it, or the explanation video that we found on YouTube, it all clicked, and I was like, oh my god, genius.
Are you going to continue or pick something new for campaign?
I don't know, because it just like reading, like I'm not a reader. I cannot.
You just played 3 campaigns in a row.
Yes, but they were great games and they hooked me right away. So I sat there after completing it on Saturday night at 2:00 in the morning. On Sunday, I was sitting there and Josh was like, I was just wanting to lay on the couch, and I'm like looking around at games, and I'm like, I played Tomb Raider, I played this, I played that, and I'm like,
I have a suggestion.
Go ahead.
I have a couple different.
Yeah?
You've never played the Halo campaigns.
I know. That's the next thing. That was the next thing that popped in my head.
I don't know if she'd like those.
But trying to start from Halo 1 is going to kill me.
They're not very engaging.
I think they are, especially if you.
Well, I've watched Josh play them. I like watching him play, and there's certain scenes that that had spoiled for me from me watching you play BioShock Infinite.
Let me say this. You should play the Halo 2 anniversary campaign, because they redid all the cutscenes.
Okay.
And I think Halo 2 is the best campaign anyway.
I think 4.
So the one thing
4 is fantastic
that I liked a lot about BioShock Infinite compared to the other 2 is that, for one, it's light.
Yeah.
Like, I've really realized I don't like dark games.
Alex did jump out of her skin.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot about it. There is one part in BioShock Infinite where you turn around.
She screamed.
And I actually screamed really loud because it scared the shit out of me.
She had to pause the game, set her headphones down, and just sit there for a minute.
So, no. My reaction was I turned around because, like, I'm trying to, like, it was kind of like a pause scene where you can only turn this way a little bit or turn this way a little bit. And then finally it lets you turn around. And I'm like, why isn't it letting me turn around? So I just went to go turn around, and there's this fucker behind you.
Yeah.
That's really scary.
Yep.
Did you guys watch that video of Terry Crews?
I never watched anything on Terry Crews.
I shared it to group chat and asked you to watch it.
I'm pretty sure.
At least I think I did. But anyway, I'll show it to you later, because it's one of a meme, my reaction in a horror game.
Oh yeah, I did watch that with the gun. Yeah, where he's like, yeah, he keeps on shooting.
So
I did see that.
That's beside. I had one other suggestion, but considering you don't like, when you say dark games, do you mean like at night?
Like, I can't see.
Okay.
So that's my issue. Is like,
what's the other one you were going to suggest?
I was going to say Arkham Asylum, and if you like Arkham Asylum, go to Arkham City. But start with Arkham Asylum.
That's a third-person one, though.
It is.
Oh, you did play Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider's third-person.
That's true.
The Arkham games are really good.
If you like Batman.
See, I'm not into Batman as much as you guys are.
But the Arkham games were really different than the previous, Batman stuff, where it's like very arcadey.
See, I've had my eye set on BioShock. I've just not had the oomph to do it, and I finally had the oomph to do it, so I did it. And I've also had my eye on Halo. I've just not done it.
We'd have to buy the Master Chief Collection for you.
What about Titanfall 2?
See, and that was another one. That was another one that's been up there. But I've had Halo on my list for a while, and that's going to take me a while to get through everything. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you got Reach and ODST. I know. That's a lot.
You could skip
6 campaigns.
But you did that thing where you played through all of them.
Yeah.
I played through all of them when
I've played every single campaign now, and it feels nice. I mean, the 5th one was awful. 4 is very good. I love the music.
I like 1.
You like Halo 1?
Yeah.
That is just a boring fucking game.
That's great.
It's so boring. You land on the Halo ring, and it's just so open. Where do you go?
There's one mission. Well, I know where to go now.
Yeah, you do.
But there's one mission that's not so fun, and that's the library, because it just takes forever.
Is it where the fucking flood?
Yeah.
Fuck the flood.
I know.
I fucking hate the flood.
See, I've seen Josh do that multiple times, and he just sits there the whole time. I hate this part.
I fucking hate the flood.
It's a grind, that's for sure.
The library's where you're
every
following.
game has got its grind.
Library's where you're following Guilty Spark.
Yes.
And he keeps on doing all these weird laughs. And
it takes a good 45 minutes.
If it wasn't for the up-res graphics and the Master Chief Collection, I would not play it. Fuck that. And
see, that's the part that's going to get me is if I play Halo 1.
No, the Master Chief Collection has the
I know,
up-res.
it has the up-res. So if that was not out, I don't know if I'd ever play Halo 1. Just because
Exactly.
I just cannot deal with the graphics.
But do graphics make a game?
Yes.
No.
Yes and no. Okay, so that's what I said.
Now you're backpedaling.
I was more grasped by BioShock Infinite because of the upgrade and the more realistic everything was in.
Still cartoony.
It is, but it was a different cartoony. You could tell it was very polished.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
So, anyways, yeah. So I really liked it. If you have not played BioShock, it's definitely one that I would probably go back and I would play 1, 2, and 3 again.
Alex, did you have anything else on your list? Because you always have those weird little segment things.
I'm gonna share that video so people know what I'm talking about.
The gun thing. I'll probably put it on YouTube as well.
It is Terry Crews, right?
Yeah, it's Terry Crews.
Adam Sandberg. It's that. Is it Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Andy Samberg. Yeah, that's.
Brooklyn
I'm pretty
Nine-Nine.
Sure that's Brooklyn.
It's the
Brooklyn
Fox
Nine-Nine.
show.
Yeah, Brooklyn Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah,
and that's a really funny show if you like Andy Samberg. Not a lot of people do, but I do. I like him.
Isn't he from
Saturday Night Live?
Yeah, Lonely Island.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was one of the male cheerleaders in Grown Ups 2 when they're doing the car wash.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. He's yep. He had the belly shirt, didn't he?
I think so.
Well, I think
or the tidy whities. Yeah. The short shorts.
Short shorts, yeah.
First of all, before we plug it in, T-Shirt Tuesday on our Twitter page at PTOUnlimited. Just Google search us. Seriously, do it. It's right there. Mm-hmm. On the top pin post on our Twitter page is our T-Shirt Tuesday giveaway. The reason why we call it T-Shirt Tuesday is because on the first Tuesday of every month, we start this giveaway, and it runs for the entirety of the month until the last Wednesday of the month, and then we announce the winner on our podcast. Now, how you can enter in to win that is follow us on Twitter at PTOUnlimited, like the post, and retweet the post using hashtag PTO giveaway for a chance to win. Our Twitter post is pinned to the top of our page, so you don't have to go looking, but you can go looking if you want to look at other stuff, because we always do post on our social media, either announcements about our show or interesting other tidbits. What are you smiling about?
I Googled us.
Did you?
Yeah.
What's the top one?
PTO Unlimited Podcast by PTO Unlimited Podcast on Apple Podcasts. It's our iTunes.
Okay, so our iTunes is our first Google search.
Yeah, but it shows recent episodes and everything.
Yeah, right.
It's pretty nice.
Does it have the names?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's pretty nice.
You
can just push play right there.
So without further ado, guys, it is time to plug it in. So if you are listening to us, remember there are other apps you can find us on as well. We are on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, Podcast Addict, Blueberry, TuneIn, Satchel, the Xbox One podcast app, Google Play Music, and Podbean. And as always, we thank you guys for liking, sharing, and subscribing everything that we do, our social media posts, everything on SoundCloud, rate us on iTunes, reposting on SoundCloud. We thank you guys for doing whatever it is that you do, getting us out there, more audience reach. That's great. We love it. If you want to catch us on YouTube, every Monday around noonish is when I put up our YouTube video. You can catch us in video form, so that's always awesome. If there's ever anything we talk about on the audio version, if you watch us on YouTube, there's a slider that comes up, says what we talk about, and it has the information on there. And, it might be a photo, might be an image, might be a video. You never know. So just make sure you tune into us on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube right now, make sure you hit subscribe and that you like the video. Share it as well. That's cool too. Alex is doing some weird.
I was going to point to subscribe, but I'm like, I don't even know where it's at.
Subscribe is in the upper left. If you're on all devices actually.
Here, but there's things here.
Yeah, that's the up. If that's the like and the down and then the comment. So,
there's
anyways,
stuff right here.
If you want to catch us on Exploded Radio, we are on exploded.com every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern. You can also find us on the TuneIn app and search Exploded Radio, and you can listen to us on there as well. Monday through Friday at the same time, they show other podcasts as well. So if you want to check out other places or other podcasts, you can do that as well too. But we thank you guys for joining us. If you want to follow us on any of our social media media apps, we are on Facebook, which is facebook.com/PTOUnlimited. Instagram is PTOUnlimited_podcast. We are also on Twitter, which is @PTOUnlimited. Every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless otherwise announced, we are on those apps as well for our precast meetings where you can chime in, give us stuff to talk about. We love it when people do that because there's times when we're just like, well, we've got a handful of things, but if we get more, it's always great. It fills up our show with stuff that you want to hear about, hear our opinions and all that. So make sure you check us out every Wednesday. We thank you guys for joining us on those live streams. If you ever want to email us about any topics to talk about, you want to give us a shout, or if you've won our T-shirt Tuesday from our past 2 giveaways, we're waiting on those people to come back to us. Just email us at PTOUnlimited@gmail.com. If you ever want to follow me on Twitter, I am @Lemke619.
Brett_wings.
Cute_kitty.
All right. So it's been a day. Let's call 84.
Been a day.
So thank you for joining us, guys. We'll catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye.